So most of you were requesting for kitchen tour, so I'm just going to be showing our kitchen today. So I'm just going to start from here. You can see we have placed the oven here, and in the first section we have placed a few extra cookers and the flask and tissues over here. And this is the coconut scraper, like the electric one. If you use coconut in a large quantity, we use this. We don't use this often, that's the reason we have placed it here. So I know it does look quite cluttered, but this is the most this is how we can keep, or else we can't close the door. So that's the reason we have placed it there. And moving on to this section, here we have all kind of flours kept here. So here, this is the rice flour, wheat, and those two are ragi flours. This tiny box is used when we prepare chapati. We are just going to put some flour in that, and we use for dusting for chapati. So that is the reason we have placed that box there. And you can just see all the 4 boxes are filled with the flours. And here we have 2 steel boxes. Here in this we store rice, so you can see. And in this we have all the extra so this is puffed rice and some soya chunks and poha. So all the open packets are usually placed in here. So that is what we have placed it here in this rice, and then there's all the extra stuff which is new and which is used a bit. So that's what we have placed it there. And moving on to this section, we have a pink kind of box. Here we have all new items which is stored, like for example chilies and dals are stored here. And in this section we have placed, again we have this one is the roti maker, and here we have oil. We have placed it in a paper box. So we have all cooking oil in which we use. And here we have placed the coconuts. So you can just see there's a lot of coconut over there. And here you can see in this box we have placed the rava, and in here we have all the spice extra items over here. And that's the extra the ragi which we have placed, and this is an empty box. So coming to this top section, here this is the huge tray which we have placed the mixie and the jars and the kettle. And towards this side we have the salt boxes. This is the normal salt and this is the rock salt. Here we have 2 oil bottles. That is the reason because we have 2. The first one in here we have this refined and the clear one. In the second one we usually filter the fried oil and all, we filter to this bottle. So that is the reason we have 2 here. So moving on to this section, here we have placed all the new vessels which we haven't used, and this is just like kind of new vessels which we use when the guest comes. So that's the reason we have placed it here. And those are some extra bottles and some plates over there. This section here we have a lot of snacks. So this is a snack section, I could say. All the snacks which we bring are just placed it here. And towards there you can just see there are 2 sets of glasses. Again, it's for the guest who comes, so that's the reason we have placed it here. And over there you can see there are 2 bottles. So in those 2 bottles we have the pure castor oil. So that's the reason we have just placed a cover and we have placed it over there. So this is all about this section. So moving on to this section, again some new vessels in the top and the frying items over there. And over here these are the huge plates. So when there's festival we prepare a lot of different kinds of food. So there is a section over here you can see. So we use this plate. So it's not used frequently, so that's the reason we have placed it here. In this, I guess we have some betel nuts. We usually give when on festives of time and all, we use that. So that's the reason we have placed it there. And here in this cover we have jaggery. And in this tray we have some ghee and again some some more jaggery, and some baking powder, and this rose gulkan. Again, you can see there's a lot of jaggery over there. So yeah, that is all in this section. So moving on to the main section, I call it main because we all the all samba powder, everything is placed it here, all spices and all. So this is how the section looks like. And over here we have placed the spice, only spice item is placed here. So here this is bay leaf and this is a mixed spice, and here we have separate spice boxes, for example cinnamon, and I guess this is Marathi mogu, and this is cardamom and cloves. No, this is a big black cardamom. So here you can see there are still like there's clove, and over there again there's what is that, star anise, and this is another spice. So that's all about the spice section, and those are the again like new, only this extra new spice items which is placed over there. Once this gets finished, we are just gonna take it from there and we're gonna put it inside the box. So moving on to this section. So I know these are very kind of old school kind boxes, but these are 23 years old. When my mother got married, she bought these, so that's the reason she haven't changed till now, and she wants to keep the same boxes. She doesn't want to change, so that is why. And I've just I've just named the boxes. I just wrote it in a paper and I just stuck it. I know it doesn't look that appealing, but since we can't open all the boxes when we're cooking, so that's the reason we have placed it like this. And so for all the boxes I've just pasted the names. So this is all about the cooking spice stuff. Here if you just see, all these are like samba powder and pepper powder and some biryani powder. So all the instant powders are placed inside this. So this is how it looks. And moving on, here there's a chimney and there is the stove. Here in all the in this cabinet we have placed again new vessels, and new cookers are placed over there, which is not used frequently. So which is used frequently but not frequently is placed over there. So towards this side we have all these new extra, all this section, I could say the tea section. That is because we have all the new different kind of tea brands, new tea boxes over here. So moving on, over here we have three specific homemade powders. So this is sambar, homemade, all these are homemade, sambar and chili, and this is dhania powder. So that's why we have placed it towards the side, not towards that side. So here we have this jam and the sauce and some extra chocolates, and again some pickles and some AP noodles, and this is for my brother. All this kind of extra stuff is placed here. And towards the side we have the water filter and that thing, I don't know what is that called, and this is the one which we use for wiping, and this is the sink. And here we place the bottles. So here, usually there's a there's a bucket kind of thing which we place once we wash and put the vessels in, but I just took off for the sake of the video. And here we have placed all the plates, and that's the non-stick pan which we prepare dosa. And here we have the spoons and knife and all these ladles here, and that's the cutting board. And this one is a stand for the mugs and the glasses, and this is a chopper, like the onion chopper, everybody knows. And here is the smasher, and this is in fact this is a kind of like a saucepan which we use for the quick tempering and all. So here are some bowls, and this is the steel glass. We usually measure when we are preparing upma and all, we measure using this glass, so that's why it's placed there. I know this is kind of old, but we want to replace with the new stand. We were searching, but we couldn't find a proper one, so that's why we have for time being we have just kept this, and this is how it looks. So moving on towards this, I didn't show this section, so I'm just going to be showing it. So here we have some boxes. Again, the extra, homemade powders, I've just placed it in a small quantity there, but the huge, the extra one is placed in these 3 boxes. And here you can just see the sugar. And in here, I guess it's dal again. So, and all these in one of these boxes, I guess there's a tamarind, and here we have groundnut. So that's how it's placed. So moving on to the next section, we have some all these extra stuff. So you can see some scissors and some plastic boxes and some graters and stuff. So in here we have the sugar and the tea powder, and that's the filter coffee thing. And again, down there we have this coffee box and the tea box. Inside this there's the masala tea, and over here we have the normal one. So that's the box for cashew and raisins when we prepare sweet. And here also there's some cashew. So that's how it's placed. So over here we have again some strainers, and this is the lemon squeezer, and these are the air tighteners, and this is a hook and the garbage bags, and this is the plastic wrap and the aluminium foil, and this is usually used to prepare the roti and all. So this is like that sheet. And here we have some scissors and the lighter. So yeah. And towards, when we open this next section, here we have the new spoons, which is placed here. And here in this box also there are quite a lot of spoons. So this is just a random section which we have placed the cutter in the box here. And over here you can see all the plastic extra boxes and some steel glasses and some extra kind of thing. And towards the side there's a gas cylinder which is placed and which is connected over here. So in this section we have that is not dustbin, that's filled with the vim and the soap bar which we use. So there's the Harpic and the red one which we usually use for cleaning the sink. So that's that. And towards this side we have all the frequently used cookers, and ignore the way we have just put the tape. That's because to secure this, so this this board doesn't get dirty, so that's why we have just secured it like that. And here are some potatoes and shallots, and this one it's used for baking the coconut, and some onions, 2 baskets of onions and 1 basket of garlic. And this is the mortar and pestle, and this one is the chapati maker, and this is the pin for that. And again there are some extra onions which is placed. So moving on to this section, all these are the frequently used, daily used vessels, so which is placed over here. So we have just put the newspaper, but over here we have put the the plastic kind of sheet, because it usually gets dirtied over here, so that's the reason we have placed it like that. And so you can see these are the most used the vessels. And over here we have nothing. We have this thick kind of pan. So that is all about the kitchen tour, and hope you liked it. So here we have placed the fridge. I'm not going to be doing any fridge tour because all the fridges are same. So this is how our kitchen looks. So this is all about our kitchen, and there's nothing new or nothing special. It's all like the same kitchen, and hope you liked it. And yeah, if you did like the video, please subscribe and support me, and thank you for watching.